Hello everyone, welcome to lebdo.com. In this tutorial, we're going to make a game, a very interesting game. You know what? I really love game a lot. More than that, I really love to make a game, to develop a game basically. So let's start with our basic tools. As we learned about all the blocks like motion blocks, looks blocks, sound blocks, event blocks and many different blocks like variables in different sessions. So let's implement those tips and techniques to build a game. So what exactly a game is? If you look into any game, you will definitely find the first important thing, that is a UI, a user interface, which consists of buttons, directions, characters, backgrounds, and many such important things. We're going to discuss many different kinds of games like puzzle games, Q&A games, football, basketball, or a car racing game. So which is the most favorite one you like? Okay, let's design a car racing game. Okay, so everybody plays game in their mobile phone. So let's build one of them. So if I talk about a car racing game, the car racing game do have few characters that are cars. One car you control it, and then other car automatically runs in your screen. Apart from that, you do have a road to work with, and over the road there are few obstacles you have to avoid and few points you have to get by touching few cars. So let's design it. So I'm going to design a road first. How can I do that? I can easily delete the sprite. I can just build one backdrop for myself because I can't see any of the road backdrop there inbuilt in the system. So what can I do? I can easily draw or paint a backdrop. How can I do that? I just click on paint here and I can easily draw a road. So here we can see a road. Can you see it? Yes. This is how I dragged a rectangle and I just dragged it, which looks like a road. Okay, this is one of them. I can copy and paste on the right. It's very easy. We can directly go back by clicking on backdrop, and we can program this particular road by clicking on codes. So this is a basic road, how it looks like. We really want to make it look like a road. So what we can do, I can easily drag one more rectangle here, and I can easily drag wherever I want. I want it up to my screen. So I can change the color to black. I can just click on this one, select the color, and I can just easily drag it to dark. It's very easy. Now, I really want to put a straps on the road. The way you see the white strap on the road, it keeps on moving in the game. So I want to really draw a strap on the game. So what will I do? I will drag the strap. Basically, the strap will keep on moving. So if anything keeps on moving, that is a character. Okay, it's not a backdrop. So what we can do, we'll go back to the sprite and I can easily paint a strap. How to paint a strap? The strap is having a basic shape of rectangles. I'll drag and draw a rectangle for you. I'll change the color to white. How to do that? I'll change the color to white. Here we go. Is it interesting? So I can increase and decrease the size of the strap as per our requirement. I think this looks fine. Okay. And even if you observe the coordinate like 36 and 28, you'll understand the coordinate of the particular sprite. I kept it here. Let's say I'm dragging it up to here. So can you observe the coordinate? It is x 42 and y, that is 54. So we'll program this sprite. Positive x, negative x, that is forward and backward. Positive y and negative y, that is up and down. So if you want to move down, we have to click, or we have to move, or we have to change the coordinate towards negative y. So what will I do? The first thing, as I discussed, we have to drag a very important block, that is green flag. So when the green flag is clicked, what should happen? I need to set my coordinates wherever I am putting my sprite. So the sprite is at 42 and 54. You can see here 42 and 54. I will set my coordinates. I already told you, if you want to set the coordinates, want to work with the coordinate system, I can click on the motion block and I can set my coordinate. That is, I'll set my coordinate to x and set my coordinate to y, which will automatically change if you change the coordinate. So now what after that? So I want to move my sprite towards negative y. I'll click on control, I'll click on forever because it will keep on moving forever, and I can just decrease the coordinate and change the value of y by -10. So if you run this, if I run this, you'll see this will start moving. So it will stop here. You know why it's stopping here? Because we have never put a condition, what if it reaches the coordinate, or what if it reaches the edges. So I'll again put a condition so that once it reaches this coordinate, that is -307, you can see the coordinate here, if it reaches there, it should again set its position on the top. So you'll see as if it's running continuously. So what I will do, I'll use an operator and use a less than command. If the value of y, where I'll get y, I can click on motion, I can find the y from here. If the value of y is less than, let's say, -180, because the maximum y value is 180, that is the negative side. So if the position gets less than 180, I can easily use my coordinate. I can duplicate this and I will again set the coordinate on the top. So whenever it happens, it will set itself on the top. So let's start by clicking on the green flag. It will start from top and it will keep on moving, right? I can even change the coordinate to -200. So you'll see the difference. It will reach more into negative direction and it will stop. I want to move it more negative, so I'll write it -300. So let's see how it works. Green flag. See. Can you see this? It acts like a road. It looks like a road, like it's moving, right? So if I want to just do two of them, I can just click on this and duplicate this. It's very easy. And here I can put it like this. Okay. Now let's check both of them if it works. Green flag. See. Yes. Can stop this, or I want to change the other one up to this. Let's check the green flag. Okay, so if you want to put both of them, you can put both of them, or just one will work here. Now, what about the car? So I can draw one car by myself. The car is going to be sprite because we want to move the car, right? So what I can do, I can click on the sprite, I can click on the paint, and again I will draw one car for myself. So car is having a basic shape of a rectangle like this, and I'll draw a circle here, or I want to draw a circle. I'll delete this one. This is a circle, so circle will act like this. I can drag the circle right here. I can control C and V. I'll use the same by copying and pasting so it looks good. This is the other one, and again I will do what? I'll try to figure out one more wheel like this. So in the same way, I can use 4 wheels, which looks like a car. Okay, you can just draw according to your design. Okay, so this is not mandatory that you should design like this. You can just leave as a rectangle. For the game to look good, I can design in such a way. I can copy and paste one more, and here it is. So we can change the color of this car. I click on this, I can change the color to something like green car. Yes, I'll set this car to green, and this looks like a green car. I want to change the coordinate of this one so it looks more appealing. Okay, so it goes here, and just giving it a good design. And remember, the more the design is better, the more the popularity of your game will be. So please comment below which is your favorite game. Yeah, we are up to this. Now I can just reduce the size of this particular sprite by 50, so you can see the resizing. It goes 50. Yeah, so this is the sprite I made. Okay, great. So now the sprite should be controlled by our keyboard. Okay, if you click the right key, the sprite should move right so that you can avoid the obstacle, isn't it? This is what the game all about. Now what to do? I can click on code. Remember, while you click on code, you have to just check what part you are coding. Are you coding the sprite 1? Are you coding the strap? Are you coding the backdrop? So basically I'm here coding sprite. Okay, now let's click on sprite. How the sprite should run? When we click buttons. Okay, so let's go to sensing. Okay, so when we click any of the button, it will work. So we can click on the green flag. We have to initiate everything like this. Click on forever block, and now we'll put if condition. If the key is pressed, you can choose the key. It's better to choose left arrow key. If the left arrow key is pressed, my position of car will change in X direction by positive, that is positive 5. The 5 will make you more precise. Even you can use 10, but the 10 will be more according to the coordinate system here. Again, I can duplicate this command. If the right arrow key is pressed, okay, left means negative, left means negative, and the right goes positive. So let's check whether it works. I can stop the program. See, I can use my cursor to move the car right and left. Isn't it interesting? Yes. Now this car is moving freely, right? So what if we can add more cars? Yes, let's add more cars. I can stop the program. I can even duplicate this block. This is a car, and the other one will be obstacles. I can just duplicate this one here on the right. I can rename it to obstacles, OBS. So I'll give a small name, OBS. So this obstacle will start from this, and again the same, the way we did the strap, we can do this one. So it will move at the downward. So what I can do, I can delete the command here. I can easily delete the command on the left. You can easily drag on the left, it will get deleted. Now I can do the same, clicking the green flag, setting the coordinate because it will be moving from the top. I'll set the coordinates that X. Let's change the Y first, set the Y coordinate, and I want to set the X but in random position. So sometime it will come from here, sometime it will come from here, sometime it will come from here. So basically I'm changing the X coordinate. So basically I'm going to have to choose a random value. So what I can do, I can click on operators. I can choose a random value from minus 180 to positive 180. So we'll won't be using this flag because it is basically minus 240 to positive 240, but I don't want to use the strap here, the violet strap. So I want the car to move between this black place. So that's why I'm reducing. You can even put minus 240 to positive 240. That is the whole screen resolution we're working with. Now, once the coordinates are being set, what we can do, we can easily put a condition into the forever block, right? So the car can move downward. If the car wants to move downward, I can click on motion, change Y. Okay, because downward means change Y by negative 15. Let the speed be a bit higher than the one we are using. The change by 15. So if we change, but it will happen. If I click on the green flag, it will move downward, but will stop there. What should we do then? We have to again click the condition. Click the condition. If it reaches there, if the value is less than something like 200, yes, then we can just scroll it here. If the value of Y is less than negative 250, then it will start from the top. What I can do, I can duplicate this command. I can use the block which is required. Here we go. Okay, now let's change the color of this costume. Because it's an obstacle car, I can change the color to somewhere like red. Yes, it's good. It's better. We can use a red command. Yeah. Click on this, fill the color by red. So it looks like an obstacle car. Yep. Now, this is the car which we need to avoid, right? Let's click on the green flag. See, it stopped there again. So let's change the Y position by 250. It should be like negative 200. Let's see if it works. Let's take the green flag. Again, it stopped. We can just reduce more by negative 180. Let's see if it works. Yeah. Now it's coming from random positions. Means it is always starting from the Y, but it is changing the X. And the X is having a random position from minus 180 to positive 180. Can you see this? I think you understood this concept, right? You can repeat the video to see if there is any doubt. Okay, so I'll explain it once more. It is starting from Y coordinate, which is already been set to 162, but it's changing the X coordinate if you see. Right. Now what if it touches the green car? This is the second condition, right? I'm gonna stop this program here, dear. I can stop this program here. Now I can put another condition, that is if condition. So if the red car touches the green car, means the red, I can change the name. If the ops touches the car, so where you can go? If you want to take input, I can go to sensing block. So this is the sensing block. Here we can use this command if touching the car. Yes, so what should happen? The points should decrease, or the life should decrease. So we can create a variable, make a variable that is life, which will keep on decreasing, right? So we can name any of them. Life will decrease, and we'll set the life to 0 or set the life to 3. We'll give 3 life initially, but if the car is touched by the red block, because we are programming the obstacle, that is red block, if the car touches these, so our life should change by -1. It's very easy. And then again we'll start from the top, and we'll set the coordinates on the top again. But what if it touches? If it always keeps on repeating, but we need to have a game over backdrop also. The game should get over. Click on backdrop. Again, click on backdrop on the top. So I'll create a new backdrop for you. I'll just duplicate this backdrop, and I can rename this like a game over backdrop. Game over backdrop, right? So this is just a single level game. That's why I'll use a game over backdrop here. So once I just did a game over backdrop, I can just write a text here like game over. So this screen will only appear when there is game over, and when the game will be over, when the life goes to 0. I can program the same here. So initially I will always start with the green flag. When the green flag is clicked, I will set my costume or my backdrop to the initial backdrop I am having. Okay, backdrop 2. But if something happens, that is in forever, if the life equals to 0, if the life gets to 0, then what will happen? We'll say a game over, right? So let's say life. Where we'll get the life from? We'll get the variable life equals to 0. Then what should happen? The backdrop should change to game over. I think you got it. And once the game over, we have to stop all the commands. So you can use the stop all program. So once the game is over, we'll stop our program, and it just say game over on the screen. But when the life is 0. And when the life will become 0? When the red car touches, that is obstacle touches the car as we have programmed. Now what about the points? I can even create a variable called points, right? And in that points, even what I can do, I can just duplicate this, and I can change the color to something like a black one, or we can change the different one. I can even increase or add a cake here. When it touches the cake, the point should increase. So what I can do, I can quickly reduce the size to 30. This is very small. It will also come from the top. So I can set the coordinate. Again, I'll click on the control, events, green flag, set the coordinates. Again, I have to follow the same. Set the coordinates, set x2, set y2. I'll set x by random, that is -180 to +180, as I have given in the previous block, and it will come down. So I'll use a control block, I'll use a forever block, and then it should change the negative y direction. So change by -10 or -15, whatever you want to put the speed there. And if the condition, and if it touches, if it touches the green one, then the point will increase. This is the condition to increase the point. The green car should touch the cake. So first I have to check whether it's touching the bottom. So I'll check whether it's touching the bottoms, and the bottom coordinate is -180 degree. If the y position is less than -200, what will happen? Again, it will set to the coordinate, right? Again, it should go on the top. This is the first important thing we need to put in. So it should not touch and stop there. So it should come again and again. So let's check if it's working. See, it's stopping there. So I can just put more closer, 180. Okay, so let's check if it's working. You can stop there. I can use 170 minus 170. Okay, let's check if it's working. Yeah, now it's working, right? Now, if the cake touches the car, now I'll just put a duplicate command here. If the cake touches the car, where we'll find the touch program? Touching the mouse, not touching the mouse pointer, basically touching the car. If the cake, because I'm programming the cake, if the cake touches the car, my point, that is variable, should change, that my point will change by 1, and initially my point will be 0. I can set my point to 0. This is what's going to happen. Initially my point will be 0, it will keep on increasing, and then this is what's going to be. We can increase the point and decrease the point. This is what is going to happen. We have to increase the points, and once it touches the red car, it decreases the life. So if the life goes to 0, the game will be over. So let's play this game. I'm very much excited to play this game, whatever I have made. Okay, so let's click on the green flag and let's see if it's working. So I touches car twice, so I have to save one more time. I just got a 1 point and game over because I just lost all the life. So I got to touch 2 car cakes, so I got 2 points and life will be 0. So how to reduce the speed? You can change the y by -10, -5 to reduce the speed. If I reduce by -5, you'll see the speed of this cake because I have chosen the cake, so I can reduce the cake speed. Can you see the cake speed now? I can easily use the cake and I can increase the point by now. If I'm touching the red car, the 1, 2 and 3, this game will be over. This is what the game is all about. Okay, I hope you liked the session. Let me repeat it once more. This is the strap I programmed. This is the car I programmed for left and right. This is the red, that is obstacle I programmed to move. And this is the cake I want to eat still. Okay, so this green flag or the green car will touching the cake will increase the point, but this car that is green will touch the red car, it will decrease the point and decrease the life. Thank you so much for watching this video. Keep tinkering.